Welcome back to my channel, everyone. In today's video, we're going to go over the cards that I picked up at the Kansas City Sports Card Expo and Card Show, which was held last weekend in Lee Summit. Hopefully you've all had a chance to watch my most recent video where I go over my recap and kind of show some of the cards that were there. It was absolutely amazing show. One more time, I want to give my thanks to Mitch and all the other people who helped put that together. Over 140 vendors, 140 tables were there. Vendors were from all over the place. They had Kansas City Chief players come there and do an autograph signing, which I didn't stick around for, but I mean, it was an amazing show. Kind of overwhelming, to be honest. The first time I've been to a show that was that large, so it's kind of hard to pace yourself, not just with your energy, but with your money, and making sure that you buy the cards that you like, but don't spend so much money early that you still have, you blow all your money by the time you get to just a couple hours into the show. So I tried my best to pace myself. I don't know. I kind of learned my lesson. I don't think I maybe did the best job of grabbing all the cards that maybe I should have grabbed or wanted to grab, but it was a learning experience for me too. So here's what I was able to pick up. My budget is not the biggest, so you won't see anything that's too absolutely crazy, but holy cow. If you haven't watched my video, go back and look at some of the cards that were there, because you could have spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars and wow, walked away with some insane cards. So these were all in a 25-cent kind of box. Actually, the box wasn't labeled 25 cents, but there was another guy and I just kind of ruffling through them, and he asked how much they cost, and I was like, a quarter a piece. And there's some really good cards in here. You'll notice first Bowman Mojo here, Jeremy De La Rosa. For another first Bowman Chrome, Jose Tena. Mick Abel, first Bowman Mojo here. So these were all a quarter, which I thought was a steal. The guy next to me actually got a lot of good cards as well. His stack was bigger than mine. So anytime I thought, a first Bowman Chrome for a quarter, why not go after it there? So then another paper card of Mick Abel. These are from Topps Update from last year. So I spent like a couple dollars at that guy's table. Super, super nice. Another vendor had these cards. I think these were like 25 cents or 50 cents as well. Zach Veen and Brandon Marsh. These are kind of some of my lower end purchases. From this guy, also picked up this Alec Bohm from Gypsy Queen, then from Topps Fire, and one from Stadium Club. I still think he's going to be pretty good. I know he had kind of a little bit of an up and down season this year for the Phillies, but I still believe in him. This card, he said was a rookie card for $5. I wasn't really interested in it as much as a rookie card, but when I flipped it over to the back and I saw that it was from the National, and it was the VIP kind of edition from the National, I thought that made it even cooler. And I looked it up online, and I don't know. I think $5 was about the right price. Usually I kind of stay away from Panini products, but because it was kind of an exclusive card for the National in 2019, I decided why not grab that one. And then here's another autograph card. I think this was one of the few autograph cards I picked up. Rookie card here, autographed of Aaron Sabato for the, in this case, North Carolina Tar Heels, but now he was, one of the bigger guys you could find in Bowman this year, now a draft pick of the Minnesota Twins and their organization. So I don't know the exact name of this. Once again, the Panini products, the red kind of bubbles there. It's numbered 99 out of 99. So anytime you kind of get a cool serial number, I think that just adds a little bit of uniqueness to it, even though it may not add a lot of value. So $10 and $5, I think I spent, $15 or $16 from that guy with those Alec Bohm cards as well. So that was one of my other autographs. Oh, this one for my buddy Kevin McLeod. It's at $8. First round draft pick card from Score of Chipper Jones. Now, is this a legit Chipper Jones autograph? I do not know. I don't know why someone would try to, put a fake autograph on this card of all the Chipper Jones cards, the Score one, which was probably mass produced, as everyone knows. But it does have Chipper Jones. I know my buddy Kevin McLeod is a Chipper Jones fan, so I thought I would take the risk and go ahead and pick that one up for him. And if it turns out to be the legit autograph, then great. And if not, well, I gave it my best shot, man. He also had some cards here, kind of like for 50 cents or 25 cents as well. I'm a sucker for these Flair Metal Universe cards. Tracy Mcgrady here. I don't know if this is his first year, second year. He doesn't really have any stats there, but I am not really sure. But Tracy McGrady, I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but Flair Metal Universe I am a big fan of. Then just kind of some cooler, older vintage cards. Phil Niekro there, Hall of Famer on that one. ERA leader with Louis Tiant. I thought that one was pretty cool. And then we got a couple more of these Flair Metal Universe cards. Two Scottie Pippen ones. I think these were like 50 cents or $1 as well. I actually had one of these cards ruined this summer, and so this is going to replace it. We had kind of a unfortunate flood incident where I had some of my cards, and this card, some of my other Scottie Pippen's cards got ruined, but so I was really glad to find that one. just because I had that card for a long time since I was in high school, and then it got ruined over the course of the summer. So also has some Dan Marinos. I think these were like $1/4 a piece. I was just trying to round it out to like an even dollar amount. Picked up a Don Mattingly for my buddy Hedgehog, and then a Roberto Clemente card. That's like the completed puzzle piece set from, I don't know, 1987 Donruss maybe, for my buddy Lou Rock TV, because he's a big fan down there in Florida. So you can see here I picked up kind of some lower end stuff, a couple of autographs. My somewhat higher end purchases are coming up here, although here's a few more that are a little bit lower level. The first prospect card, or I don't know if this is considered the rookie card, is CC Sabathia, Barry Zito, and then Ryan Anderson. Obviously never made quite as much of a mark as those other guys, but CC Sabathia I think has a decent shot. Having retired last year, I don't know if he's quite a Hall of Fame candidate, but did not have that card. I had just kind of out of collecting then, so thought that would be a cool one to grab. And then he had some Mike Trouts here that we all looked up. I think these were like a couple bucks, 50 cents, something like that, for this holiday edition of Mike Trout. Just like that photo. That's a different photo than was used on his regular Topps card for that year. A pretty early on Bowman card, obviously not the first Bowman card, but it is after his first year. Here you can see it's the totals of 2011. They're the only totals you have. So the 2012 Mike Trout, his second year in the major leagues. Don't know if I had that one, but that was only a couple bucks. This one, the 2013 Defensive Player of the Year card from, looks like maybe Series 2. Didn't have that one as well. Another little Future Is Now checklist, or not, excuse me, not checklist, insert card from 2014 Topps. I didn't have that one either. Those were all a couple bucks a piece. Then he had, I told you, this Fleer Metal Universe, man, this is a different year. This is the Michael Jordan one, Metal Shredders. I think this was like $5. I've been on a roll for those cards. I don't know, I just have an affinity for them. And so I picked all those up from one guy, all those cards there in that bundle. The last couple of vendors I talked to, I was trying to decide. I could tell at this point in the day I'd been there for, I don't know, quite a bit of time, and I hadn't really made any somewhat significant purchases. So I was coming around the last tables, wanted to try to at least grab a couple more higher end items. I don't know if this is considered higher end for a lot of people, but for me it was a card I didn't have. The first Bowman Chrome of Spencer Torkelson. There's a guy there who was super nice to talk to. I bet I stood there for 15 minutes just talking to him about cards, and he had a ton of Bowman, really a lot of autographs, some really impressive cards from this year's Bowman. And I'm like, man, I don't have this Torkelson, because he had some from last year as well. So he's like, man, I got a whole bunch right back here. And so I think he sold me this one for like 25 bucks. And then he also had this kind of older school SP, Upper Deck SP Prospects card of Miguel Caprara. Now this isn't his rookie card or anything. This is only like a few dollars. It's after his rookie year, so it might be like his second card from potentially this set. So picked up those two cards from that guy who was super nice. Didn't have the Torkelson yet. I don't have the Andrew Vaughn either from this year. I think this is the 2020 Bowman draft. So I was glad to get the Torkelson because I think he's going to be pretty good, and he hasn't had a chance to really show it in the major leagues yet. But if he does light the world on fire when he comes up, that card may get to a point where I couldn't afford it. So for $25, I figured that would be a good kind of middle tier, at least for me, higher end purchase. And then I did want to try to at least make one more significant purchase before I left. And you can kind of see there, I picked up a PSA card right here. I was trying to decide between a PSA card or a box. There was a vendor there who had, he had like the 1985 Topps Mark McGwire. He had boxes of like the minor league, Topps Minor League Heritage for $60, which is a really good deal. $60 for a hobby box where you're guaranteed 2 autographs. And I really love prospects, and I like the minor league cards. So I was trying to decide between that and this, but at the end of the day, I saw this card and decided to go for it. He gave me a pretty good deal here. It is the 1960, which is one of my favorite designs, Willie Mays card. And obviously the condition isn't great there, a fair grade PSA 1.5 of the Willie Mays. Obviously got a crease down here, and obviously a little bit of a lot of damage, not even just a little bit up there in the top left. But I just really love the 1960 design, the lettering there with the alternating colors between the white and the yellow. Man, I've been trying to pick up a few Willie Mays cards, usually one at every show if I can get one in the $50 to $100 price range without it, blowing my complete budget. This one he had listed for $100, but he worked with me and got me a deal that was pretty significantly less than $100, so it ended up working out for everybody involved. But I did pick up that card, one of my favorite vintage years. I'm not a big vintage collector as some people are, but I've really taken an affinity to these 1960 Topps cards. And so to pick up the Willie Mays from that year, even though it is a super low grade, for less than $100, I thought was a pretty good deal. So anyway, that is my recap of the Kansas City Card Expo. I had a great time there, spent about 7 or 8 hours. Was able to get out of there spending about, I think this all added up to about $150 in that range. So obviously not the biggest budget in my case, but there were people there who were able to pick up all sorts of awesome cards. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll be opening up a box of Topps Update that just came in from Steel City Collectibles not too long ago in the mail. I'll be looking out for those videos to drop in the very, very near future. Have a good one, guys.